Hey everyone, how's it going? Today's going to be a post about why I had to terminate my office manager and what I learned from it. Here we go. First off, I think I should define what is a good office manager. The very first thing I'd put at the top of the list is communication, because if you can't communicate well with your office manager on what the goals are and what they should be doing, you're going to have a problem. A good office manager should have good leadership skills. A good leader knows how to take everyone's talents, maximize those, and let them do their job on their own without micromanaging. That's what a good leader should be doing. Number 3 and 4, problem solving and strategic thinking. These kind of go hand in hand, but they really should be thinking strategically about how they're going to map out their day for success for every employee or themselves. And an office manager should be able to problem solve to make your life a lot easier as a business owner, so that way you're not dealing with all the small problems and questions that come up in a day. Point number 5, a good office manager needs emotional intelligence. The bigger your business grows, the more clout it's going to have potentially, hopefully if it goes well. You need someone who's a professional. You don't need someone who's going to be doing unprofessional things out there on your behalf representing your brand. A good manager should be able to adapt to any changes as they come, and a really good manager should be held accountable for the things that they're doing. So you might be asking yourself what went wrong. This is not going to be a post that is just going to complain the whole time about the other person. Instead, I'm going to look more inwardly about what could I have done better. But high level, I lost trust. I was waking up early to do their job for them. And they recently hired an employee, and then they lacked professionalism because they cussed that employee out in front of another patient and other staff. That's when we had to break ties with this staff member. So looking inwardly, what red flags did I ignore? The overwhelming feedback I was getting from everyone is that this person is rude and not a good leader. And I think I kept just kind of suppressing that, saying, well, that's a disgruntled patient. Maybe they're unhappy because they had to pay a copay and they just don't want to pay their bill. However, business owners started telling me, hey, your manager was rude to my manager. Just letting you know. That's not okay. That's a huge red flag. Instead, I'd like to focus more on this video about what could I have done better as a business owner. So I think the first thing that I could have done better is clear expectations. I should have laid out very bluntly, this is what I'm not happy with. If you don't improve in the next 30 days, you're not going to be here anymore. Instead, I let this drag on for like 6 months. I continued to come home unhappy, complain to my wife. I just let it go on way too long, and I was a really poor leader from that standpoint. You might be asking yourself, why didn't I terminate this person earlier? Well, this person wasn't a manager to begin with, and I felt a little bit personally responsible for their failure because I kind of trained them to be a manager. So their failure I looked at as my failure, which is why I was kind of kicking the can down the road about firing. I was also afraid to go without a manager. I thought, could this company even survive without an office manager? Short answer, hell yeah, it can, and we're doing better than ever. And I think I kept asking, is it me or them? Business, there's constant change, and their complaints about me moving the goalpost or changing the goals. I kept thinking, is it me changing too much, or is that just how business is done? And in the end, probably a little bit of both, but it's just the way business is done. This person couldn't adapt to change over time, and that's not a good leader. So how do I feel now about it all? Well, it sucks. Anytime you have to let someone go, it's never a good circumstance. I wish them the best. I think that they're still a good person. It's just we went in two different directions in terms of what we're doing with our future and the way that they were acting as a manager and what they're going to do in their future. The sad part is that this office manager now has been gone for a couple of weeks, and we're actually running more efficiently than before. It's sad that this manager was just getting in the way of policies and things that were being done right and creating more drama in the workspace. So remember, every employee needs to bring value. You need to have clear defined goals. I broke my own rule by not giving the previous office manager clear defined outlooks on what I'm looking for in them for success. In the future, I'll continue to try to do a better job as a business owner and managing the future office manager. Hope you guys have a nice day. I'll see you next time.